Hi everyone, it's Jay, aka the Snazzy Diva, coming back at you with another video after my gastric sleeve. So I am going to do a couple of videos tonight because it's just easier for me to do them after everybody's gone to bed and it's, just me and the camera. So this first one that I'm doing now, I want to talk to you about self-pay versus insurance pay. So if you're thinking about having weight loss surgery, I need to get my glasses, don't laugh, can't read without them. I made a few notes. If you're thinking about having any type of weight loss surgery, whether it be lap band, gastric sleeve, or bypass, there are a lot of options out there, more than what was there years and years and years ago. So I live in Atlanta and I am an educator. I'm a public school educator, a school counselor, and I'm under what is called the state health benefit plan. So, all state employees are under this same umbrella and we have whatever options the state is offering. For whatever reason, please excuse me, I'm so sorry, but I burp a lot now. Yay. Just expelling all that gas. I'm not too far out from my surgery, only 2 weeks, so I am still burping, not as much farting, but I'm definitely burping a lot, so please excuse me. But anyway, there are a number of ways that you can pay for the surgery, a number of options that I don't know if they're there, but for the state of Georgia, they don't cover bariatric surgery. As a matter of fact, they want to make that very clear. When we get our open enrollment packet, it says in bold, bariatric surgeries not covered. So, which I don't understand, because even though I'm only 2 weeks out post-op and I've lost, 30 pounds so far, I haven't gotten on the scale in the last couple of days, I already see a major difference in my body. My knees no longer hurt. I don't get as winded going up and down my stairs. No, I did not have any serious health conditions going into my surgery. I wasn't pre-diabetic. I didn't have high cholesterol. I wasn't hypertensive or any of these things, but they were coming. At 270 pounds, it's coming. Just because it hasn't come up in someone's microscope or in a blood test, it was coming. And so my decision to do this was a preventative. And to me, a lot of insurance companies have all these incentives for you doing these preventative things, but then the state, your employer or whatever won't cover this surgery. Makes no sense to me. But anyway, I digress. So because it was not covered, I had to look into other options. I am only going to give you in this video just the differences between paying via insurance and some of the differences in paying, self-pay, paying cash. I will have another video talking about financing, because you can finance, but that literally is a video in itself. So I'm going to break this up. So, let me put on my eyes so I can see. Okay, so insurance versus self-pay. Okay, first of all, if you work for someone or you have insurance that does cover bariatric surgery, great, congratulations. That makes it easier as far as your wallet is concerned. Like I've said before, I went through Peachtree Bariatrics. My surgeon was Dr. Titus Duncan, and he was absolutely awesome. The staff was absolutely awesome. And it's kind of like, because that's all they do. All they do is bariatric surgeries. So first thing they ask you for your insurance. If you say my insurance doesn't cover it, okay, they automatically are going to put you in self-pay. That kind of changes what your process looks like. If you have an employer that does accept insurance, the process can take longer. My process from start to finish was literally less than 2 months, and it could have been even shorter than that. I just scheduled it around my job. So it's like that. It can be like that with insurance, but some insurance companies could require you to have 3 to 6 months of counseling which I'm going to go into a little bit later why that's not a bad thing. But they can require counseling. Some insurance companies require some initial weight loss. They want you to go on a diet and have some initial weight loss before they even approve you for surgery. And I guess that's to show that you're serious and you're not just using it as an easy way out, which I don't know how anybody can possibly think that this is an easy way out. If that's what you're thinking, stop. Like, there's nothing easy about this process. There's nothing easy about life after. It gets easier. But if you have a problem with food pre-op, that whatever that mental deficiency is, whatever's going on that causes you to have that problem with food, trust and believe the problem is still going to be there. And I'll talk about that again another day, another time, another video. Okay. So some of them some insurance companies will reject you if once you go in for your consultation and they document your weight and then they look up and you've gained. Some will postpone or not, approve the surgery. So there are other things involved. Some have a wait period from the time that you start the process. They might not allow you to schedule your surgery or clear you for surgery for 3, 6, however many months. So that's something else to be mindful of. Some insurance companies, you go for your consultation, they put it through to the insurance, you're done. And it's like schedule your surgery. It depends on your insurance company. So be prepared for that. Okay. Some insurance companies may cover a portion. You have to pay the difference, whatever your plan is. Do the research, do your homework, so you're not thinking that, somebody told me the other day, yeah, I've been thinking about bariatric surgery and I think I'm going to do it for my birthday. No, you're not. No, you're not. Walk into this with an open mind. Do your research. Make sure you know the ins and outs of your insurance policy, what is and what is not covered, because it looks different for every person, for whatever your insurance is. Okay. If you self-pay, significantly, what I did know, let me back up. One thing that was interesting was going into this process, I had heard that bariatric surgery of any kind cost in the ballpark of $20,000. Okay. I don't have $20,000 cash. I don't know anybody who does. So that was what I thought. I just assumed that based on things that I had heard. This is without me doing any research, without me calling any doctor. So before I even started the process, started for the consultation, already started looking into financing options. I had a chunk of money, maybe about half, but I didn't have what I thought was the whole thing. So I started researching. It wasn't until I got my consultation and I want to say her name is Lolita, but Lolita at Peachtree Bariatric was amazing. She sat down, she walked me through everything, and she wrote on the bottom of my write-up, $12,950. I said, wait a minute, what is this? And she says, that's the cost of your surgery, plus 1 year of follow-up, post-op visits. That's it? And don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money. $13,000 is a lot of money. But $13,000 is significantly less than $20,000. Do the math. So that was a relief. When you pay out of pocket, a lot of surgeons charge less, which makes sense. Okay, the other thing is some parts of it still may be covered by your insurance. For example, your labs can be covered by the insurance. The nutritionist can be covered by the insurance. I think the only thing that was not, so even though my insurance did not pay for, I'm just going to adjust this. Even though my insurance did not pay for the actual gastric sleeve, they did pay for the hyaluronia. So that's something else to look into. The other thing about self-pay, there's no counseling. There's nothing, there's no stumbling blocks. Literally, I went in, I want to say March 16th, 17th, Had my consultation. That was like $150. The consultation included me getting the whole gastric sleeve manual, which was about 70 pages, front and back. Them weighing me, speaking with the doctor, him examining me, him talking with me about the various procedures. He asked me, okay, what is it what procedure do you think you want? Because clearly, if you're coming into this doctor, to this surgeon, you want to have some type of weight loss surgery. I knew that I wanted to have the sleeve. He asked me why. I gave him my reasons for why, and he said, okay, I think you made a good choice. That was it. Like, it was just that seamless. And while I was relieved and happy about that at the time, hindsight being what it is, I don't know if it being that easy is a good thing. I'll go into that in a minute. But anyway, went through the process. When I talked to the doctor and everything, came out, sat with Lolita, who is, I guess, the patient liaison. I forgot what she does, but she was super cool. She walked me through and she said, okay, you can call back once you make your decision. And I was like, my decision's already been made. What's the next step? Okay, great. Well, once she said that, she says, when do you want to schedule your EKG? When do you want to schedule your fitness test and your blood work and everything? I literally scheduled everything for the very next week. Once that was done, the results were back almost instantaneously. I was cleared. It was literally a matter of me saying when I wanted to schedule my surgery. That was it. I literally could have had that surgery within 2 weeks of my consultation. That's how quick it could have been. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I took the time to do some more research and to, prepare myself for this and to, really get into it. But yes, it can be that easy, particularly if you're paying cash, because it's a matter of write the check. You can pay via credit card, at least for Peachtree Bariatric, but I'm sure most places would accept credit cards. They don't accept personal checks. It has to be certified funds, of course. So money order, which I don't know a money order that you can get for $13,000, but whatever. Cashier's check, credit card. Those are your forms of payment. Or if you're using, like I mentioned before, something like Care Credit, which is a medical financing company or some other type of financing company. So self-pay, seamless. There are some downsides to the self-pay. Number one, now that I am 2 weeks post-op, I have had some emotional and mental setbacks. It's bigger than Nino Brown. Like, the struggle is real, and you are going to go through some things. And because some people's obesity is something that they have been fighting and working with and trying to overcome for the majority of their lives, and you might be an emotional eater, you might be a sad eater, you might be like me and you eat because it's there or because you're bored or whatever. Those are things that are psychological, because you're not eating for hunger, you're not eating out of necessity. It's something else, and you kind of need to work through that, because here is your reality when it comes to any weight loss surgery. They stress and stress and stress and stress and stress that it is a tool. It is not a quick fix. It is not a guaranteed life to sexy and fineness for the rest of your life. If you don't do what you are supposed to do, you can stretch that pouch out. You can gain the weight back. Period. It's very possible. There are a lot of people out there who have to go back and have their surgery, have a different surgery. Like, literally, there was a lady having her surgery 2 days before me and saw her in the waiting room. Beautiful woman. Had lap band. Lost bukus of weight. Got down to like from 3 something to like 199. And then she had a baby. And then she had some kind of surgery or something, and that messed with the lap band. Needless to say, she was back at being morbidly obese and was coming in for what they call a conversion surgery. So they were removing her lap band and she was getting sleeve. There are people who've had sleeve 5 years later, they've gained the weight back, and now they're coming back for bypass. Like, the struggle is real, and you can gain the weight back. So you need to get your mind right. As much as I thought that I could do this on my own, and I was I'm mentally fit. Yeah. I mean, I'm a counselor. So a lot of times counselors don't think you need counseling. But guess what? I'm actually going to have to find a counselor because I have already seen in the last 2 weeks that there's some things that I need to deal with psychologically as it relates to my relationship with food. And I'll talk about that again in another video. So those are just some of the differences between paying with insurance and self-pay. You're more than welcome to send me questions regarding what that can look like with self-pay and the kinds of questions you need to ask, or whatever. If I happen to miss something, if I don't know the answer, I will definitely research it and get back to you regarding what that is. But you need to also, I highly recommend, and I will say this over and over and over again, you need to find people, not a person, because everybody's experience is different. You need to find people who have been through this, who have had the procedure that you think you want. You need to have those conversations. You need to find someone who is open and honest and who is willing to let you pick them and ask 1,001 questions, because you should have 1,001 questions. And I was very blessed to have a few people who were, willing to talk to me and to give me guidance and things of that nature. And even post-op, they've still been there and still been a great support system. So I hope that this was helpful. And again, as always, peace and blessings. I wish you all good health, and I will see you next time.